Alright guys, hi, this is a project for my Education 407 class talking about the online world in the classrooms. So just to get started, I'm going to start off with chapters 3, 4, and 5. And this is talking about like the PBLs or like the practice-based learning that, teachers go through in order to actually learn how to teach. So here we go, let's get started. Alright, in chapter 3, it talks about projects online and workout. And great, when, what do you do? Projects or online work. Now, how that works? So you kind of go through and you look at what's most important. Does it reveal hard work or good research? And we're kind of talking about like the project in depths of when the student makes it. Good projects get to the heart of a discipline. The more complex and important an idea, the better suited it is for a project treatment. So this kind of, if the idea is really deep and important, the online work or the project will be good. So, does it reveal the big idea? Thinking about the big idea of your curriculum is a good workout. Scan the tables of contents for your research or teaching guides. Review the curriculum standards for your subjects, along with Common Core standards for math and language arts. Ask yourself and ask your colleagues, what do these add up to? So does this really like dig in deep, like I was talking about before? Is this the big idea? Is this the climax of the project? Um, Planned out for rigor and the digital age. Does it dig deep? Does it look at um, the big ideas? Is it like working with what modern times is? Is it outdated? Is it planned out or made for what it's teaching? What the age is? Is it teaching 1900 math problems when we're in 2017 almost? And is it up to date? Is it justified for what century you're teaching in? Just as you consider the big ideas of the subjects you want the students to understand, you also need to imagine how the project will help them develop important skills, attitudes, and habits of mind throughout the project. So, are they learning? Is this rigor something that, is passive, or are they digesting the information they're learning? Are you keeping the students in mind? Are you looking at the students when you assign this project, and are you considering their age group? Considering their grade? Are you considering, are they ready for whatever you're teaching them? So, are you looking at them and considering that fact? Imagine the emerging project idea from your students' point of view. So you have to look, are the students going to be able to comprehend what you're trying to ask them to do, why they're doing it? Is there a good reason behind it? Essential learning functions. Are you digging deep? Are you learning? Are you looking for raw data? Are you researching? Are you making your ideas visible? Are you expressing them clearly? Are you working along with your peers, your teacher, or other faculty members in this idea? Is this project working out for their students and their little community as a student? Are they able to manage the projects wisely? Are they able to bring coherence to their project with tools that support the project management? Are they able to reflect on what they've learned? Are they able to like regurgitate their information that they've processed and digested? Are they able to support their study in which they looked for all that raw data? They did the deep learning. Are they able to support it? Are they able to look for the page like I'm about to do right now? So all this information is found on pages in your field guide for real-world projects in the digital age for reinventing project-based learning. It's cited in pages 61 through 77 and 78. So you can find all this information on those pages. Chapter 4, Strategies for Discovery. Are you reviewing your project and others? Are you looking at other projects and getting a feel for, what the project is about? You're not copying per se. You're kind of like looking for an outline, a detailed instruction booklet, or somebody who's already done it, and you're able to learn from them and see what they've done, and maybe you can, use the same kind of idea but not exactly. So you're not copying them. Are you overcoming the pitfalls? You know, is is this project, long in work but short in, practice? Did they do all this research? Did they look up everything? And when the project is done, is it tiny? Is it actually doing anything? Is it, conveying the importance of, you know, body, mind, and soul as the University of Laverne would appeal to the whole body student? Is it contributing to the student? Is it helping them? Is there more technology and less important information? Did the student like take this high tech, you know, I don't know, snippet or snap it or PowerPoint, and they did all these like animations and all these things, but there's barely any information on there? Is it trivial thematic units, or is it repetitive, repetitive? Does it repeat itself? You know, it's important that you look at these and understand that. Is the student actually knowing what he's doing? Is he able to give you, per se, a full meal of learning instead of just like the salad of learning? Are you getting the meat and the potatoes, the vegetables? You know, or are you just getting some wilted salad of learning? Starting the project. So students actually, when they start the project, it's important that they look at the motive of the whole body of the student, like I was mentioning before. Are they attributing body, mind, and emotion? Is the student going to be able to practice? Is the student going to be able to physically practice what they're learning? Is the student able to cognitively know what they're learning and understand it? Or is it too much for them emotionally? Will it cause them to like lose interest? Or is it just enough to where it grasps them and helps them learn? Is it relative? Can the students relate or connect to any of these projects to their life? Are they able to see like, oh, my mom does that? They make a living doing that, making PowerPoints or little podcasts like I'm doing now. Tell the student who the project is for. Is the student making this project for their mom, their dad, their teacher? You know, it's easier just to say teacher, but you can be more creative in that and just say, this project is for your students. They're going to revise you, they're going to grade you. And when you're doing that, you're looking at the students and you're telling them basically that your friends are going to be grading your paper. They know you best, so have at it. All right, here's chapter 4. Did continued, did they design well? Is you get when you start the project, are you looking at design features, where the project ideas come from? So are you creating it? Is it artistic? Is it fun? Or is it just boring? Or is it dull? You have to make sure that you're appealing to. You have to add pictures. You have to be informative. You know, did you go online and did you research pictures like I'm about to do right now? You go here and you look right there, and you go ahead and go on Google.com. Wait till it loads. But are you choosing pictures and things like that? It's not loading, so I'll just go ahead and go back. So, so are you looking at pictures? Are you adding things that are fun? Is it just, words on a screen, or are you talking? Are you incorporating things like that? It doesn't necessarily have to include pictures, but are you including like, you know, hand gestures or little stuffed animals? Or are you dressing up as, the character in the book? Is it deep? Is it connecting to kids? Is it adding features that only help the students learn? Chapter 5, making the assessment meaningful. So when the project's done, what did they learn? How did they learn it? Authentic assessments is finally starting to become a reality in districts where teachers and entire school communities are making deliberate shifts to PBL. Parents, educators, and students themselves report a qualitative difference in results. Students not only meet rigorous academic expectations, but often exceed them. So you give them these projects, you give them these homework assignments, and when it finally comes time to test them, is it meaningful? Did they actually learn what they were trying to be taught? Assessments for learning. By taking advantage of assessments opportunities throughout the project cycle, you help students learn a great deal more than if you leave assignments to the end. So if you just give them assignments all the way towards the end, but you don't give them the test, they're not going to retain any information because they're not used to the idea of retaining anything. Oh, I'm not going to need this, so I'm just going to be a passive learner. No, you want them to be a learner who retains all this information and keeps it and then uses it for the future. And so this is what assessments for learning is. Assessments of learning. At the end of the project, PBL teachers have two main purposes for the assessment: measuring students' learning in a summative way and evaluating the quality of the project so it can be better the next time. So are you researching the students and their learning? And so are you assessing them of their learning? Are you taking them and are you looking at what they've learned and how they are applying it? Plan summative assessment. Summative, say it with confidence and you'll get it right. People will believe you. So, what the students will learn through the project, evidence, and activities. So, are they embodying those three into their assessment and their assignment? Because the first step in the project design is determining what students will learn by doing the project, it makes sense that the next step is determining what counts as evidence that learning has occurred. So, are they showing what they've learned? So, this is what you test them to actually find out. Are they just doing the project passively or are they actually doing the assignment? Rubrics. This is one of the most important. Without rubrics, me as a college student would be completely lost. I would not know what to do. So, rubrics, are you giving them a rubric? Does this help them outline what their project is? Are they reading? Are they reading? Are they meeting the requirements? Literally, are they reading or meeting the requirements? Follow the rubric. Are they following it? Did you follow the rubric? Did you explain in detail to the students what they're going to do? Select the project assignments and performance tasks. So when you select them, are you selecting them accordingly or are you just kind of throwing it out there? Rubrics describe levels of achievement demonstrated through learning activities. Are they being taught through, you know, just going up there and pointing to a chalkboard and saying da 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 da, or are you getting into it with them? Are you showing them, this is what math is for. This is how you use it. This is why you're going to need it. You know, finally, are you blending the new and the old to make something new and original? You take, like I said, early 1900 math work, and you take modern math work. It's going to become something new. It's not going to be so outdated because you're using old math, which you use to build up to higher levels of math. You know, so or are you taking like something old and are you using that as the foundation for something new? Ask the students finally what they've learned. Are they digesting? Are they revealing what they've learned deeply? Plan a formative assessment, and finally, create a timeline. Tell them when the project is due. And this concludes my project. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.